Greetings, teacher. Today we'll be analyzing the research on flaxseed milk aroma. And let's start off with what is flaxseed milk. Flaxseed milk is a plant-based, dairy-free alternative made from flax seeds. It's gaining popularity due to its nutritional benefits, but its aroma profile is not well understood. This study focuses on identifying the key aroma compounds in flaxseed milk to support future flavor enhancement. For the sample preparation, the flaxseed milk used in this research was made from yellow flax seeds sourced from Inner Mongolia. And after removing the damaged seed, we detoxified them by microwaving at 720 watts for 9 minutes. And the seeds were then soaked in water in a 1:7 ratio and for 2 hours, and then sieved, ground with colloid mill, and filtered through a 75 micron cloth to obtain smooth flaxseed milk. There are 4 extraction techniques used in the research. The first one is SAFE, which uses a high vacuum and dichromethane to gently isolate volatiles while minimizing heat damage and preserving delicate compounds. The second one is LLE, which is a traditional solvent-based method where milk is stirred with dichromethane for 12 hours, and it targets semipolar compounds but may cause aroma loss. The third one is SPME, which is a solvent-free technique. It uses a coated fiber to absorb volatile compounds from the headspace at about 50 degrees Celsius. It is ideal for detecting highly volatile aromas. The last one is SBSE or sequential SBSE, which uses a BDMS coated stir bar, first extracting from plain flaxseed milk, then from salt saturation milk to broaden the polarity coverage. The stir bar is thermally dissolved into the GCMS, and it's highly sensitive, solvent-free, and well-suited for plant-based liquids. For the analytical techniques, there are 4 also. The first one is GCOMS, which separate volatile compounds and allow panelists to smell and describe them during the analysis. The second one is AEDA, which evaluates the odor intensity by gradually diluting the extract and determining the highest dilution level at which the smell is still detectable, which is known as the flavor dilution factor. The third one is OAV, which compares the concentration of each compound to its human odor threshold. If the OAV is above 1, the compound likely contributes significantly to overall aroma. The last one is the recombination and omission test, which were used to confirm the importance of each compound. The recombination test recreated the aroma using only identified key odorants, while omission tests removed one compound at a time to see if the aroma changed, proving which ones were essential.
Coming to the result and discussion part. First, I'll be talking about the optimization of SBSE conditions. A single factor optimization experiment was conducted to determine the best conditions for stir-bar soft tip extraction. And there are several factors that influence the SBSE, including temperature, dilution coefficient, ionic strength, and extraction mode. Temperature plays a crucial role in volatile compounds absorption because it affects the diffusion and partitioning of aroma compounds between the sample matrix and the soft tip phase. The study found that 40 degrees Celsius was the optimal temperature because it maximized the absorption of flavor compounds onto the stir bar. Higher temperature could potentially increase compound volatility and improve extraction. However, highly excessive temperatures might also lead to compound degradation or evaporation loss before adsorption occurs. Sample dilution also plays a crucial role that influences the extraction ability. In some food matrices, dilution is often necessary to reduce sugar, proteins, and non-volatile residues that could adhere to the stir bar and interfere with the extraction. However, this study found that undiluted flaxseed milk samples provided broader range of volatile compounds, meaning that dilution was unnecessary. Unlike dairy milk, flaxseed milk is an aqueous-based sample, meaning the issue of protein or sugar residue accumulation on the stir bar was not significant. Next, ionic strength. The addition of 30% sodium chloride was tested because of the ionic strength that could affect the extraction of aroma compounds in aqueous solutions. The effect of NaCl on extraction efficiency is that adding salt can suppress the ionization of polar analytes, making them more likely to partition into the salt-tip phase, which can enhance extraction efficiency. However, increasing salt concentration can also increase solution viscosity, reducing the mass transfer rate of analytes onto the stir bar and lowering the extraction efficiency. The study found that 30% NaCl did not improve extraction efficiency, but it is still used in sequential SBSE both to help extract compounds with a wider range of polarities. Lastly, extraction mode. Sequential SBSE is a technique where multiple extraction steps are performed in sequence to improve compound recovery. The study showed that this method provides highest total extraction of volatile compounds compared to single-step extractions. This suggests that performing sequential extraction allows for a more complete capture of low and high polarity aroma compounds, improving the overall analysis of flaxseed milk's aroma profile. Next, the comparative analysis of 4 methods. 49 odor compounds in flaxseed milk were identified by solid phase microextraction, sequential stir-bar salt-tip extraction, solvent-assisted flavor evaporation, and liquid-liquid extraction. The most effective methods were sequential SBSE followed by SPME, SAFE, and LLE. Sequential stir-bar salt-tip extraction extracted the highest number of odor compounds and provided the best identification of key flavor compounds. A total of 39 odor compounds were identified from these methods, and 24 volatile compounds could be detected. This method provided greater variety of odor compounds and larger peak areas for the extraction of aldehydes, ketones, pyrazines, and alcohol, meaning that it provides greater concentration of the extracted compound. Next, SPME performed better than SAFE and LLE. 19 odor compounds were extracted, and 9 odor compounds could be detected by the GCO. SPME exhibited superior adsorption performance for acid compounds compared to sequential SBSE and involved the extraction of every class of compound. But it was less effective in terms of the number and concentration of extracted compound. Next, SAFE or solvent-assisted flavor evaporation extracted 21 flavor compounds, but only 3 odorants could be identified by the GCO. It can efficiently extract organic acids, however, poor extraction of pyrazines, aldehydes, and ketones. And this may be because of the complicated extraction process that caused some of the original flavor compounds to be lost. Lastly, LLE. It identified a total of 11 flavor compounds, but no odor compounds were identified through the olfaction. Like SAFE, LLE requires the use of large amount of organic solvent extraction, but its SAFE is conducted in a vacuum environment, which can greatly reduce the loss of flavor compounds compared to the LLE methods. Therefore, sequential SBSE was the most effective methods. SPME performed better than SAFE and LLE, but it was less efficient than sequential SBSE in both the quantity and the concentration of the extracted compound. SAFE was more efficient than LLE, especially in reducing the flavor loss, but it had limitations in detecting odor compounds. LLE was the least effective because it failed to identify any odor compounds, making it unsuitable for analyzing the flaxseed milk flavor. This table showed the odor compound in flaxseed milk that could be identified by the 4 techniques and also the identification methods used. It could be seen that different odor compounds can be identified by different extraction methods, and some of them can be identified by multiple methods. Moreover, the identification methods used to confirm the compound's identity were shown. Next, talking about the key odor active compounds identified by sequential SBSE, GCO, and AEDA. The analysis identified 39 volatile compounds in flaxseed milk, with 26 compounds exhibiting high flavor activity with FD factor of more than 16. Hexanoic acid has the highest FD factor of 512, indicating a strong fruity scent. Compounds with FD factors ranging from 128 to 256 contributed to the fruity, sweet, green, and nutty aromas. These compounds interact to enhance the overall aroma profile of the flaxseed milk. 8 volatile compounds had FD factor of 64. These compounds contributed to the green mushroom, roasted spice, and floral aromas, and it further enhancing the complexity of the flaxseed milk's profile. There were also 4 compounds with FD factors of 32, and they were sweet, green, and fruity aroma. Compounds with FD factor of 16 possess a nutty and fruity aroma, and lastly, the remaining compounds with FD factor of less than 16 also imparted a sweet, fruity, nutty, and green aroma to the flaxseed milk. This figure on top showed the chromatogram. The black curves represents the abundance of the detected compounds over the retention time, and each peak corresponds to the specific volatile compounds. While the bottom bar graph showed the FD values from AEDA, where higher values indicate greater importance to the overall flavor. For example, the most potent odor compounds with the highest FD values was hexanoic acid and exhibit the strongest odor contributor associated with fruity aroma. Next is the quantification of the odor active compounds and OAV. Those 26 odor compounds with a flavor dilution factor of greater than 16 mentioned earlier were quantified using standard curves. The most abundant compounds were pyrazine, followed by esters, aldehydes, and alcohols. However, only 13 of the 26 odor compounds had a OAV of greater than 1, where OAV measures how much a single compound contributes to the overall flavor, meaning that those with OAV value of greater than 1 significantly influence the aroma. These include 4 aldehydes, 3 pyrazines, 2 alcohols, 2 lactones, and 2 other classes. It showed that aldehydes are the most important class of compounds that contribute to the odor of flaxseed milk with a green and cucumber-like odor. Next is pyrazine, which gave a roasted and nutty aroma. Lastly, alcohols and lactones, which provided the various aroma notes such as floral, mushroom, and sweet aroma. Lastly, the recombination and omission experiments in flaxseed milk. Recombination experiments were conducted to confirm the contribution of 13 key odor compounds with OAV greater than 1 by adding them into water. The result showed no significant difference between the recombinant model and the original flaxseed milk, confirming the accuracy of the identified key compounds. The omission experiment tested the impact of removing key odorous compound from the recombination model. The results show that removing aldehydes showed a very highly significant difference in the odor, thus showing their critical role in flaxseed milk aroma. The removal of alcohols, pyrazines, lactones, and esters showed a highly significant difference in the odor, meaning that removing aldehydes compound has the most pronounced impact on the overall aroma profile of the flaxseed milk. Their absence significantly alters the sensory perception, particularly in terms of green, cucumber, and fatty notes, which they are the key contributors to the characteristic aroma. In contrast, while removing alcohols, pyrazines, lactones, and ester also result in a noticeable change. Their impact was comparatively less crucial than that of aldehydes. This suggests that aldehydes play a fundamental role in defining the unique odor of flaxseed milk, making them essential for maintaining its intended aroma profile. In conclusion, the key compounds in flaxseed milk's aroma were aldehydes, alcohols, pyrazines, ester, and lactones, with aldehydes being the most crucial class of compound that have the most impact on the overall aroma profile of flaxseed milk. Thank you.